Hey everybody, this is Avarice Paradox and welcome back to Monstrum. So, on our last episode we actually found out a lot about the game. So the ship is a whole lot bigger than we thought it was. I only thought it was about half the actual size of the ship. And we found multiple means of escape. One of them being the submarine, which is in the bowels of the cargo hold. The helicopter, which is on the top deck, as well as the raft we already knew about, which we escaped in our Big Red playthrough. So let's hop back into it and see if we can't succeed again. We haven't had much success since the Big Red glitch run. We've had a lot of issues with the Kobayashi monster, which we're probably going to still have issues with him because he just seems to pop up wherever the hell he wants to, which is extremely annoying. Alright. And we're back. So let's get started. Pick up our fuse and our flashlight. Still nothing new in the closet entrance. We are on deck 6, so we're right above the cargo hold. We're on the actual last floor of the upper decks. Close that door behind me. Lock that. I found a bottle. And as we learned in the last episode, using distractions actually does help to a degree. I accidentally used the egg timer and it lured the Kobayashi monster directly to me, which kind of sucked. I don't think so, camera. Not gonna do it. Let's see, there's a camera here. Bridge. So we're already at the bridge. Alright, so power's still off up here, which is fine. Let's see, oh, duct tape. We might be going for the life raft mission. I would like to go for one of the different ones, but it is going to entirely depend on what items we find first. No point in making this more difficult on myself. I mean, it's already fairly difficult. I still don't know what exactly triggers the monsters to a degree. Sound obviously does, but aside from that, we don't actually have any real frame of reference. The Kobayashi monster just can seem to pop out of vents whenever he wants. They're both attracted by sound. I really don't think so. I'm pretty sure we're going to be fighting Big Red, which would be entirely suckish. Alright, we're going to pull the raft aboard and go ahead and duct tape it, since we have the duct tape. And then we're going to get the hell off the ship, or off the deck. Because I don't know where he is, but he was close enough that I could hear footsteps. That is one thing. The Kobayashi monster doesn't make as much sound until he's chasing you or directly near you, like within feet of you. Let's see, I'm gonna have to go back in here, which I don't like, but I don't have much of a choice. Hopefully he's not on this deck and I can just sneak on past. Alright, there's gonna be a camera around here somewhere, because I almost got spotted by it before. There's the hole in the floor I have to watch out for, because if I fall into that, it's very likely he's going to find me, because that's going to make a lot of noise. Come on. Don't be behind that door. Sorry about the sniffle. Come on. Don't be there. That sounded very close, too. Now, I haven't noted any distinct sounds from Big Red, and it might be possible we found the mysterious third monster that I've heard rumors of, but I actually haven't seen. I haven't seen him in any of the screenshots for the game either, where we see plenty of Big Red, and I think one or two of the Kobayashi monster. I like the fact that I'm doing the whole alien isolation, deep breathing thing while in this room, or in this closet. I'm actually a little bit terrified to leave this room right now. I hear him. I don't like it, but I hear him. Yep, there he is. Oh, Big Red. You need to leave me the fuck alone. Please. Oh my goodness. I still haven't even used my fuse yet and he's already found me. So he is actually pretty aggressive when he's not glitched behind a staircase. Which is both terrifying and a bit rewarding in the fact that if they aren't glitched, they're actually a significant threat. I mean, we learned that with Kobayashi, but Big Red, not as much. Up to this point, Big Red, other than that one time that we spawned in, checked a room and immediately died because he just knew somehow where we were. I don't like being in this room. There's really no good escape points. Another fuse. Well, there's no hiding spots, I should say. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna actually go outside and see if I can get to the other half of the ship from the base deck. Another possible thing I theorized is that Big Red can control steam somehow, and he can actually use that to find you. Like, if you're nearby a steam vent that's going off and you plug it by turning the valve, that he might actually figure out where you are or where you're going. Helicopter. Okay, we're back at the helicopter. I don't actually know. Wow, it's windy outside. Found the helicopter. So let's go ahead and see what else we can find on this half of the ship. I'm also wondering if maybe the items you need to escape during for a certain escape route is actually going to be particularly stationed on a part of the ship that's close to said escape route. I've noticed that some items can wind up in weird places, but not all of them. So it's possible. And these hallways give me just bad feelings, because there is literally nowhere for me to hide if Big Red actually pops up. Once he gets in this room, it's pretty much over. Oh, Jesus. Going down. And if he's down here, I'm going up. Hear the steam vents again. There's that barricaded door again. Alright. Okay, this is the ladder back up, so let's continue looking at this floor. At least until Big Red proves an immediate threat. Which he will. He will eventually. He always does. Because he's just like that. Okay, this is the cargo hold. I don't feel like getting lost in the cargo hold right now, which is always what I seem to do whenever I enter the cargo hold. So, well, crap. I'm gonna go down and hope I can find my way back up, because there are items in these little compartments. What did I just see? What? 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 Oh shit! Oh come on, really? Yeah, I'm dead. No, in the face. Wow. Well, that didn't go so well. Alright, well, let's try another one then. So he is very, very aggressive. I wonder how he keeps tracking me. Kobayashi always seems to just pop out of wherever you're near. He directly seems to be tracking you. Alright, we're back in it. Pick up the fuse, pick up the flashlight, move on with our very, very depressing existence. Don't see a camera yet. Oh, I see a camera. We're back on deck 6, so we're right above the cargo hold for this half of the ship. I'm actually going to leave that door open because I don't think I'm going to be in here long enough for it to matter. Yeah, it wasn't. Okay. And head upstairs to the bridge, and we'll clear the bridge and then the rest of the floor below the bridge. I don't think so. I don't hear stompy stomps yet, so it might be Kobayashi. Duct tape. So the duct tape spawned in the same spot again. Hopefully that is something that is not something that's always going to happen, but has a good chance to. Because I don't actually remember. I might have to go back and look at the footage for episode 2? Yeah, 2. When I got the life raft to work and see where I found the duct tape. If I recall correctly, there are duplicates of items on the actual ship itself. Like, I think I found multiple batteries, and I think you only need one to power the sub, but I don't know. I haven't actually succeeded in that particular... Fuck, it's Big Red again. That particular escape attempt. Security, yes. Lock the door, just to give him something to worry about. Pick up the glow stick. Now this is one thing I don't like, is the simple fact that if you get trapped in a room without a hiding spot, you're screwed. There is literally nothing you can do. Like this. There is literally nothing you can do. You're just done. I'm not going to run as much and see if maybe that's what it is, because it does make more noise than me just walking. And he already knows that I'm on the ship somewhere. That is another thing that I don't immediately like, is that well, it makes sense. Because this is a survival horror game. But it would have been nice if when they see you, you actually had a semi-opportunity to get away. Like, maybe they saw you, but if they weren't close enough, they would just sort of be curious. Whereas, opposed to this, where as soon as they see you, even if you're 200 meters away, they will hunt you down with a viciousness. I don't hear him. That doesn't mean he's not there. Technically, my footsteps are... Shit. Yeah, we're doing a stupid thing and escaping onto the base deck, but at least here I can get into one of these. God. Oh, come on. Oh, he, like, grabbed me. Ooh. Snap, crackle, pop. Oof. Well, we might actually get a couple runs in on this. Big Red is actually pretty mean. Let's see. How much time do we have in this episode? We got time. I'm trying to keep the episodes as short as possible. I mean, I don't mind the multiple sectioned episodes, but I want to try and keep these to 30 minutes, even if I have to, like, stop in between episodes and start up again. It's just easier on upload times, as well as me being able to do a little bit of editing, if I do any editing at all on these. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, there's the hole in the floor. I don't want to fall in that. Fire extinguisher. That could be useful. 2 fire extinguishers. That could also be useful. We are back on deck 5, so we're 1 deck down from where we've been starting previously. I am going to walk more on this one and see if that has anything. You're just awful. I found the gas, so helicopter is an option now. I think I'm going to make that more of a standard thing, where the first item I find in reference to an escape route is going to be what I'm going to strive to do, unless it's just completely and totally out of the question given circumstance. Such as, you know, Big Red is watching the helicopter and won't go away. I'm also going to try and make more creative use out of the distractions, like the radio. Because I think the radio would be a really good distraction tool. Because I can leave it somewhere where I don't want him to come and visit, and keep him there for a short time, because I doubt he's just going to stick around and stare at the radio. In fact, he might actually just destroy the radio outright if he gets too annoyed at the fact that it did distract him. I guess same could be said for Kobayashi. Kobayashi might follow some of the same principles. That's bulkhead out. I do like the attention to detail on the piping. I don't look up as much in this game as I probably should, because that's where Kobayashi likes to pop out of. But it's very good attention to detail. Yeah, jump is that. Okay. Oh. Take that floor. And I need to stop running. That is just so ingrained in me right now. Bolt cutters. Excellent. That's... Oh, sorry about that. That was a notification on my phone. That's unfortunate. Let's pick that up. That's 2. 2 out of 5. Or 2 out of 4? Yeah, I need to find the keys and then something else. I don't remember what. But there are 4 items total. That much I remember. There's the keys, the gas, the bolt cutters to uncouple the restraints. And... why am I jumping? Oh, we got a note. I want to hide somewhere, and there's nowhere to hide. I'm going to wait to read that note until we get somewhere safe, than where we are now. Because that's things... Shit. I hate cameras. With the passion of 1,000 burning suns. Okay, we are right below the helicopter. So hopefully that lured him over there. For the time being. Hopefully we don't need multiples of this. Oh, okay. That makes progressively more sense. Oh, come on. We're gonna Kobayashi him. We're gonna go down, and then we're gonna go back up. Sort of. No, you don't get to catch me, good boy. That is not a thing that's happening. Not this time. I'm gonna hide here for a second until he goes away. Because it seems to be, if you're even in his periphery, he will straight up punch you. Shit. If you come this way, brother, we're just going to Kobayashi you again. Okay. He is too big and noisy to just disappear. That is in no way a thing he can just do. Did he seriously just do that? Holy crap, he did. I don't know how. I don't know why. But he just straight up ninja'd us. Don't be ninjin'. God, that's an old YouTube video. Alright, so we got these cables. Yeah, that's not enough noise. So thankfully, he is also someone we can outrun, which I would almost expect, because he is pretty big and bulky. We got gas, which... I really don't like that. Do I have to do something specific? I'm actually going to have to look into this, aren't I? I'm going to stand right here just to be sure. Okay, keys, fuel, connect the... There's a pump involved? What? Okay, so there's a pump and a key. But I have the fuel, which is a start. So we gotta go find something now. and hope the loud sounds of a helicopter do not attract him back to us. If so, at least I tried. That's a thing that's happening. To sidestep him, go around, lock ourselves in a room because we're a dum-dum, and hide in a closet. Haha! You can't find me in this conveniently located locker, can you? You probably can. Why did there have to be a pump involved? Dang. He is actually marginally persistent. I didn't expect him to actually be able to follow me that far without being distracted. What items do I have? I have... Okay, I don't need the... That was loud and obnoxious. I don't need the bolt cutters anymore. I still need fuel, and I'll hold on to the cups just in case. Not that I've had much effective use of it. Come on. Jesus. He's still down there. If he gets any closer, I'm going to have to go hide back in the closet again. The closet. Oh shit. I need to find a way down. Up. Speak of the devil, and he shall make your life miserable. It's almost as good a name for Big Red as anything is the Big Red Devil. Wow, he leaves a lot of those patches on the ground. That is actually kind of annoying. Close that and lock it. See, I don't know how much noise I actually make when I walk, which makes it very hard to actually mitigate my sound. I don't need a lighter. Is this the way out? It is. How the hell did he make it up here? Oh, come on. I don't know where he is, and that is very unnerving. Because he sometimes won't make that much noise. Like right now. You'd think something that big would make a lot of noise. Unless he has some excessively convenient way to... Frickin' camera. Actually, that one's disabled. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, let me in the door. Unless he has some extremely efficient way to move around the ship without actually making sound. Like Kobayashi had the air vents. He's upstairs. So hopefully I can go unmolested back downstairs. Marginally unmolested. God, he is right above my freaking head. That is uncomfortable. You didn't see shit, brother. Okay, I've been everywhere on here. So I need to go further downstairs. Because as far as I know, this is the only half of the cargo hold that is actually available right now. It is also the most dangerous. God, how does he move so quick for something so big? Oh, that is irritating as all hell. Here he comes. If he just busts down that bulkhead, I am going to be terrified. Oh, might want to turn that off. And now he's going right. Or is he? That is extremely inconvenient. Oh, here he comes. Maybe. It's really hard to tell what actual sounds attract him. Because I think he obviously hears my footsteps when I'm moving too quickly. Even just walking, if I'm walking at full trot, or whatever you would call it. I didn't really pay much attention, but it doesn't look like there's anything but a cup in this room. Oh. Yeah, no lights, so this place doesn't have power. Oh, that is just uncomforting. No, bad. Wow, yep, I'm dead. Oh, Big Red, you are just my worst friend. Alright, and that is going to be it for this episode of Monstrum. We didn't get to accomplish much, but at least we got relatively close to unlocking the helicopter ending. Alright, if you like this video, please rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And if you want to support the developer, there will be support links in the bottom, in the description, to their website, the Steam page, and their Humble page. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.